All right, it's 2 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and call this regular meeting of the Planning Commission to order on Tuesday, August 4th at 2 p.m. Let's go ahead and do a roll call. Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
We have quorum, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I double checked.
Okay, thank you. At this time, we'll go ahead and do declarations of conflict of interest.
I have none.
None here. All right, we'll go to number 2, certification of compliance with Resolution 2026-01.
I certify this meeting has been notified in accordance to Resolution 2026-01 and in compliance with the Section 54-93 of the Village Municipal Code.
Thank you. Great job. All right, let's go to 3, approval of agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented and the chair's ability to move things as he sees fit.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, let's move to a roll call vote then.
Commissioner Hall,
Yes.
Commissioner Rigsby,
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Eby.
Here. Yes.
Motion carries. All right, we have a agenda. The first item on said agenda is approval of meeting minutes of our last meeting on July 7th.
I make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from the regular meeting of July 7th, 2026 as presented in the packet. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion or corrections? Seeing none, we'll move to a roll call vote.
Commissioner Hall,
Yes.
Commissioner Rigsby,
Aye.
Commissioner Kelly,
Aye.
and Commissioner Eby.
Aye.
All right. Minutes are passed. Did you guys print a second copy of the minutes for me to sign, or no?
I will if there's not one in your packet.
There is one. Usually I
Okay.
just,
It's fine, I'll print you one before
it's
you
okay. I can
leave.
sign these. It's okay.
No, Chris likes all of it together, so I'll
Yeah,
print it
okay.
for you.
All right, we got minutes. Let's go to our next item, which is public input. So there's a number of folks here today. For everybody's reference, the section we're moving into is public input. It's the opportunity for anyone of the community to come and present information that is not found in our packet to the commission, to this board. So if you are here to speak for, against, or present an item, you will get your opportunity, but this is for anything that is not on our agenda that you want to bring to the commission's attention. Okay, we have a couple folks. Did you all get the chance to sign in for public comment? Okay. Don, we'll start with you, and then, sir, we'll go to you.
Jacob, 5 minutes?
I think we limit it to 3, but
3 minutes.
yeah, that's usually what we do.
I'll start the timer.
Okay,
I
sounds
got
good.
it.
You got it? Okay.
Don, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. What's going on?
Same thing.
Okay.
I'd like to read what I have, if that's okay.
Yes, that is perfect.
Okay. I've appeared before this committee for just about 3 years. Same issues with 100 Nogal Place, and I'd like to request an update on the property. So it's my understanding that the property owner has until August 15th to do the required roof replacement, and I'd like to know if that's correct. And then the second part of that would be, what's the enforcement process? If the roof is not completed by August 15th, if the work fails the inspection, what's the village's next steps? So my question is, will it automatically return to court? And then are there any penalties or sanctions for continued noncompliance for, over 15 years now? Is there a timeline for additional enforcement actions? I'd like to know if there's a current lien against the property. And at what point does the village pursue stronger remedies? So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Don.
Appreciate it. Sir, feel free to come on up. Thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
My name's Randy Costa. I have a property at 408 Wingfield. I'm concerned about a commercial development going in next door. This is in the middle of a residential area. There's residentials on either side. And I don't know at what point that property was changed. It was my understanding that was residential when I bought here 26 years ago. But recently, all the trees were removed from that property adjacent to me. It's either 412 Wingfield Lane. And my understanding was that they're planning to put in a commercial enterprise that they're going to rent three-wheelers. And I just think it's not appropriate. I think they could find another location. I don't know who owns that property or what, but, you know, there's Airbnbs right across the street from that property. People come up here for rest and relaxation. I don't think they want to come up and see, you know, three-wheelers in and out right in front of there. It's going to devastate, I think, that those Airbnb properties. I think it's going to devalue the property all around to have a commercial thing right there in the middle of these residential areas. I just really wish, I don't know who's planning to put that in, but if I haven't received any notification as far as a variance because it is zoned commercial. I don't know how and when that happened or how it happened, but I really wish they could look at that and see that that commercial enterprise is not located there, if you could find another place.
And just so that way we have, so is it 412 Wingfield Lane or road or drive or street?
Wingfield, I'm not sure it's where the athletic club, it's just Wingfield. I think it's just Wingfield.
Drive, I'm pretty sure. Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you for your comments. Just to have it clear, for public input, we don't respond to public input in the moment, but we will, for you all that spoke, we'll follow up with information as requested. Okay, let's move to our next item, which is our quasi-judicial public hearing, number 6. We'll go with the first one, variance approval case PV 2026-10. Amy, I think you're going to do it for us, right?
Thank you. Yes, I'm filling in for Chris.
Okay, thank you.
So, and my name is Amy Wilson, by the way.
Thank you.
Let's see here. So, yes, the first one is case PV 2026-01. It starts on page 9 in your packet. This is for a variance to encroach into the side setback for placement of an accessible deck on property located at 543 2nd Street. That's lot 18, unit 1 of the Kingswood Addition subdivision. Notifications were sent to property owners within 200 feet of that request, and that's shown in blue on page 15 of your packet. Staff reported no responses to that notification. The property is zoned R1, which is single-family residential. The characteristics of the property is an interior lot with setbacks of 15 feet and then the 20 feet on the side. This is fronted by 2nd Street. So the characteristics of the lot itself show that it's consistent with lots around it, meaning there's really nothing irregular about the physical condition applying to the lot or building with respect to the properties within and around it. The applicant's asking to extend the deck on the property line due to utilities, steep drive, and then also, or steep drive on the south side of the lot. And the proposed dimensions of that deck is 355 square feet, which would extend the deck approximately 75% within that front setback. The applicant's letter of request states that extending that deck would allow for ground level and access to a livable space, which is on the second floor. The first floor, and you'll see in those images, starting on page 17, that first floor is considered a exposed basement, and it's not finished from the applicant's statement.
Is the applicant here? Okay, if you'll come on down, we'll get you sworn in. Yes, please. If you'll just raise your right hand, state your name, say you'll tell the
Ryan
truth.
Johnson,
Say you'll tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Tell us a little bit about, we got a good rundown of a potential variance request that you're looking for. What other information would you add to the staff report or what you're trying to do?
We're just wanting to put a deck on that side because we can kind of, my mother comes up here with us sometimes and she can't get up the stairs. I'm going to do some dirt work on the side to pull the vehicle up there by the deck and get her off, and then I'm not going to leave the car there, of course, and then on the right side, we have overhead utilities coming in, and we really couldn't put anything on that side because the overhead utilities, and we'd have to set new poles and do lots of stuff like that to make that work, and I don't even know if we'd be able to do that.
Okay.
And then just, the deck we have now is very small and not very accessible either, because you can't really, there's a lot of steps going up there.
Okay. Thank you. If you'll stick around, if there's nothing else from staff, we'll open it up to public comment. And then this is when folks can say for or against this particular item. And then we'll do commissioner questions for you, the applicant, or for staff. And that process will play out for all of these hearings today for
Okay.
those that are here.
Thank you.
So just stick right there. You can stay up front. You're all good. Anything else to add?
Nothing else from staff.
Okay, sounds good. At this time, we'll open it up to public comment. Anybody would want to ask the applicant any questions or make a statement for or against this item? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close public comment, and we'll move to commissioner questions and comments. Questions for the applicant, guys and gals?
I'll always start. There's a note in the findings from the staff that there is the potential of the first floor being remodeled to be accessible. Why is that not the case?
There's no kitchen down there or anything like that, and we tried to figure out a way to get stairs to go from the bottom to the top, but with my mother, it really wouldn't matter anyways. She would just be separate from the whole family when she comes with us. Well, she's not gonna live up here, but she comes with us nearly every time we come. And here lately, we've spent about a month and a half up here this summer. She didn't come with us this summer though, because it's too hard to get her up the stairs. She's not wheelchair bound, but she just can't walk very good at all. She's getting older, I guess.
So the only livable space is the second floor?
Really, with the kitchen and everything, yes, sir.
The question is, you say you're gonna do some dirt work, because it shows, from what I can gather, that the deck would extend pretty much almost to the property line on the corner.
Yes, I know my neighbors pretty well, and they said if I could do a little bit of dirt work on their property, they said enough just to get her up there.
So you would be doing the dirt work on their property, not on yours?
Yeah, part of it on my property, just a little bit on theirs, not very much, but I have permission from them. I've talked to them several times about it, and they said, do whatever you need to. I was gonna try to buy some property from them, because there's one reason we're gonna put a deck on that side too, because there's quite a bit of space between our house and the neighbor's house. There's a lot in between us, and there's a lot of room there. I was gonna buy some off of them, but I thought I'd go this route first and see if it was possible.
So would you essentially have some sort of an agreement that would be long-standing with them, that just in case they ever sold the place?
Yeah, I mean, it'd just be like drive up once and pull down, but we wouldn't like permanently park there or anything like that. Yeah, I could talk to them. They said they do whatever I need to do to take care of that, would be fine, so.
So all you've got with your neighbor is a basic verbal agreement right now? They said they'd let you do what you want?
Yeah, right now I do.
Okay.
So just so I understand, just so I understand, the driveway comes up here right now.
Yes.
And you're talking about curving around the back of the house And the entrance would be into the back wall or into the north?
No, there's a side door there already, just,
Okay, so you drive up here behind the house,
No, we-
extend this deck, and
yeah,
then have
basically,
access?
we drive up on the right side, like when you're looking at the picture out there on the right side of the house.
You drive up this way?
Yeah,
Okay, so your driveway that is here currently, you're gonna bypass that and go over here?
yeah, we'll come around this, down on the bottom part of the front yard and then
Okay.
drive up. Like, it wouldn't be an every time deal, just when my mother comes with us. And then just, we want to build a deck too, just the other one side's not accessible really because of the overhead power lines coming in, cable lines.
So does that part of the new section of the driveway, that would be, you'd cover that with asphalt, or are you planning to leave it?
We'd probably just put some rock down, like some crushed granite or rock or something like that. We wouldn't do all the asphalt and everything.
And I think what we have here just shows us how much the deck would extend into the setback. Is the new part of the driveway still within your lot lines? Or does that go?
Part of it will be, yes. And we're only gonna, we had applied for the 10-foot to come all the way out for the deck, but we might not even go that far. I just wanted to be more and then go less, basically.
What other questions for the applicant?
No, that was it. That's the only clarification I needed.
But you're currently using the property?
Yes. Yeah, we don't live here permanently, but eventually we're going to one day.
And help me understand because you were mentioning overhead power on this side of the house, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you still, what does that have to do with getting up to this level? You don't want to extend the deck this way? Is that the concern?
Yeah, I mean, even if I go into that side, I'm gonna go into the setback, be within 10 foot of the setback on that side too, because the property line's pretty close. The asphalt driveway actually goes over the property line a little bit.
Okay, because the drawing we have, it looks like there's quite a bit of room on this other side.
And that's our driveway too, there wouldn't be
Right
a
here?
place to. Oh, is that
It's the plat.
the drive, the north side of the house right there you're pointing at?
I mean, this is where you're saying you want the
Oh,
deck to
yeah.
be built, and then this, I assume, is that other side with the drive.
Yeah, and it would just, overhead power lines that block, I mean, basically take our driveway over from us where we park at.
Okay. You go ahead, Joe.
One more question is, and it might be for you all there, because I'm not really familiar with what would have to happen there, but if you're looking at extending the deck as shown here, and then utilizing your neighbor's property, that would be also in their setback that you're proposing to put a driveway in. Now, what are the hurdles and procedures in that? Would that neighbor then have to apply for a variance in their setback to put a driveway in? And is it,
There'd have to be a written agreement because you're on the property, but driveways are a accepted use in a setback, if I'm not mistaken.
They are.
So
well,
you,
I don't know if that's actually a driveway. Is it a driveway or is it an access? You know, because you're looking at later down the road. It's just a question I want to get cleared up now. So we're not 100% clear on that right now.
other questions for the applicant or staff?
No, just as I said, looking at it, I mean, yeah, you may have utilities there, but you can work around those utilities. The gas is underground. The wellhead is on the back end of the house there, so you wouldn't be building a if you're building a deck or a ramp or an access there, it's not gonna be like 10 feet off the ground. You use a lot of the terrain there, and you can build and go back around the house and come back in that way, and then you're not in the setback. I mean, it's just a different construction, a little different deck design, but that's feasible. That's just my observation.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson, for your, and for others here, a variance is determined when there is special circumstances for the lot that are not self-imposed and are not the same as the other properties in the zoning district that have an extraordinary hardship on you or an unjustified limitation. So that's the level that we have to overcome as a
Yeah.
commission, as it's listed in the ordinance. It has to be an extraordinary hardship or unjustified limitation for the use of the property. So that's what we have to come up with. What's the hardship that requires this variance that's not self-imposed, that is based off of the lot, physical characteristics?
My way is just the, like I said, the overhead power lines, I don't know if we can even get those moved. I don't know if they move them or not. And, thing two is just, so that we can pull up there pretty close to where, it's just gonna be really hard to get on that one side with the power lines and all. That's the only thing I was concerned with. I mean, if we can't, but that's the only thing I can really think of.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Well, I'd like to see that, I can understand your circumstances with, and why you want to do this, but I'd like to have, for me to even say yes, I would need to have some, let's just say, proof that you could actually put that driveway in, that everything would be okay, that we had confirmation from the neighbor that it was okay, and that you could proceed as far as getting the permit, getting the variance through your neighbor on that property. I would have to have at least that.
Okay, I can look into getting, I'm sure they'd get me that for me. I've talked to them a few times about it, so.
So is it something that we table this and give them the time to get the stuff that Joe needs to be able to say yes, or how do you want to do that?
I don't think so. The question is, the deck is asking for the variance, not
Okay,
usage of another property, not a variance of another property. The question is, do we approve
this variance.
the deck being into the setback? So,
So essentially, you'd have to bring it back.
Together.
To do the driveway, yeah. That's understandable.
but I think the first question is this, has it been demonstrated our hardship to justify this variance before we even go down those other paths?
Yes, you're right. Would you like a motion?
I would entertain a motion if folks had one.
Based on the foregoing findings of facts per 54-48, 54-69, 54-98, and 54-124 of the Village Code, I move to approve the variance request for case number PV-2026-10.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Let's do a roll call vote.
Commissioner Hall,
No,
Commissioner Rigsby,
No,
Commissioner Kelly,
No.
Commissioner Eby.
No.
motion does not pass. Thank you, sir. For the stated reason, we have to get to that barrier of unjustified or undue hardship for you in the lot. And I think by your own accord, there are a couple of options, although not the ideal option for you, but other options to get access to that side.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Johnson. All right, let's move to the next item that we have, variance approval case PV 2026-11. Amy, what do we have here? And is the applicant here? Okay, come on down. We'll get you sworn in, and then we'll hear from staff. We'll have you raise your right hand, state your name, say you'll tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Sherry Ellis, and I'll tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Thank you, Mrs. Ellis. All right, let's start with staff, what we have going on for this one.
Yes, so this starts on page 27 of your packet. So this is a variance to encroach into the front and rear setback to allow for additions to existing residential structure at property located 105 South Whirlaway Drive, Lot 20C, Block CC of the Central subdivision. Notifications were sent out to property owners within 200 feet of the requested variance. That's shown on page 42 of your packet. The property is zoned R1, single-family residential. This district allows for a 20-foot setback on the front, 15 on the side. This is a one-story frame home and is currently a legally non-conforming structure. And it's within the, as is right now, it's already within the setbacks, rear and side by approximately 6.9 feet and then 6.7 feet respectively. So they have requested to build a 14 by 14 foot office with 196 square feet. So, not sure, do you want to let the,
No, that's great.
okay.
Mrs. Ellis, why don't you tell us a little bit more? We got some of the stats from the staff there, but what are you looking to do?
Sure. There's actually 2 cabins on the property. I wasn't totally clear on that. Both cabins, the easement actually runs through both cabins. The cabins kind of sit diagonal to the lot, so the easements kind of just clip it going through. I work remote, fully remote, and I'm able to work from here. And I would plan to be here like in the summer, fall area, but I do need an office. I'm a finance director, and everything I do is confidential, so I need a place where I can basically shut the door and have phone calls, meetings, everything else that is, in that frame. Both cabins are just 1 bedroom, 1 bath with an open concept of living, dining. The newer cabin, the 2007 cabin, was built with a variance, which I provided that information. That cabin was going to be for guests and specifically my parents when they come up, because there's no other place to stay in the other cabin. So that's why I'm not trying to use that actually as an office. I also I have a few snack, I have to have a big space, an ergonomic space to put multiple monitors, be able to have an ergonomic chair and a bigger space versus trying to tuck something into a corner. One cabin is 761 square feet and the other one's 900. They're both small. And the lot goes towards the river, so it slants down, so the topography off the back of the one that I plan to live in, it starts doing a steep dive down towards the river. And as a matter of fact, the flood zone is just right below my property. So that's why I'm actually needing an office, is because I really plan to live here in the summer and the fall and be able to work from here. And I'm also, it wasn't real clear in that either, I wanted to put a covered porch on the new cabin, and that's the one that would be the guest quarters. Both variances, it's really just 2 feet on either one. It just kind of clips the side because of the angle of the houses on the property. I did get a letter from my neighbor, which is on the side of where the office would be, where he supported me being able to have the office, and he owns from the river all the way to the road on that side. And I did get another letter from another neighbor on the other side to put in with the packet.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that overview and giving us a rundown of this potential plan. We'll open it up to public comment for those that might want to speak for or against this item, and then we'll move to commissioners' comments after that. So anybody from the public want to comment? Seeing nobody jump up, we're going to go ahead and close public comments and move to commissioner questions for the applicant.
So on this one particular drawing, I guess it shows that this area and this area are where you're proposing the new construction.
Let me come up there, it's easier.
4 and 5 with highlighted in blue, just to be sure.
Right, yes.
Right here and there.
Right, yes, so this, let me make sure I'm looking at this right.
So this is
Yeah,
the
so this
14
is,
by
yeah, this is
14?
where the 14, and you see it just kind of clips through here. And this is what I'm requesting for. And over here on the porch, it clips it right here.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Ellis, question for you. On number 4, was it ever a discussion just to cover the half where the sliding glass door is, rather than doing the full thing? The entryway, because like, if I looked at the photo and assumed correctly, where's that photo? So this is the new cabin, as you called it, right? I'm looking at page 44.
Yes,
The
yes,
bottom
okay,
photo.
uh-huh.
And I assume this is the
That's a
main
sliding
entry.
door. Yeah, that's a sliding door. There's also, there's a carport in between the two, right through that tree right there.
Okay.
And so there's an entry into that new cabin from the carport.
Okay.
Right.
But
On the-
this
on the-
is what you
On
want-
the other side of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But you're looking to cover
Right,
just right
yes,
in here.
correct, yes.
And then the office addition would be right
Right
back
there,
in here.
yes, that's
And I'm
correct.
pointing on page 44, the top one. So the office would be back. I'm sure you're following. Office back here.
Okay.
And is there, for the office addition, that location, is there anything on the lot that makes it unable for you to get it off the setback? So like, the door's in the middle of that wall for your office, right? If you did the addition so that the door is only on part of the wall and then it opens into the office, does that limit anything? Another way to phrase it, because I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
doing
not
a
like,
good
I'm
job.
not.
There's a driveway right there, there's a walkway right there.
If this shifted over the office so it wasn't in the setback,
Oh, no, there is a
There's a
sidewalk,
there,
right, in
common
between,
sidewalk
right.
coming out of
right
the
here?
house. Yes.
Okay.
Could move the sidewalk.
Yeah, the 14 by 14 was limited by the sidewalk and the carport on this side, so you couldn't make it any bigger than that because the structures are already there.
Right. Other questions for the applicant, folks?
I guess it's more a staff question. If it's zoned R1 and they're running a commercial business out of it, is that,
Oh, it's not a commercial business. I mean, I'm employed by a nonprofit in Texas.
okay?
It's not a commercial designation.
No,
not
I'm just
commercial.
working
I'm-
remotely,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm remote too, and it would be a,
Okay, well, that's
It's
fine.
not
I
a-
just want clarity.
yeah,
Don't know if you don't ask.
yeah. I'm in the same boat. I'm remote, need an office, but yeah, it's not a commercial designation in that.
Okay.
It's a home office.
And just to clarify, the 2006 variance was for the
It was for
building,
the new cabin,
the
right.
cabin you're wanting to put a roof on, or an
Yes, a
extended
covered
patio.
cover. That is correct, yes.
Okay, that cleared that up for me.
Other questions, folks?
I mean, I'm guessing the only other question I have is, I said, that you got to redo a walkway and you move the roof in the building a couple of feet and you don't have any variance issues. Why wouldn't you have done that? Then you don't have to worry about a variance. I mean, I understand you want to try to square things off and all that, but it's also, you know, you're already in the variance and you're just making a situation in the variance worse. That's why I asked.
It would make, well, yeah, it makes it, the khaki corner go odd.
So Mark Younger, I'm the contractor that's
Right.
gonna work for her.
Okay, why don't we get you in here and swear you in? Usually we'd have you do
can
public
probably swear
comment,
a
but
little.
no, it's all good.
Yeah.
You kept, I should have done this at the beginning. If you'll raise your hand, right hand, say your name,
Thomas Berlani.
and you'll tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
Whole
All
truth,
right.
nothing but the truth.
Maybe you can provide some clarity on the commissioner's question about shifting it
Because
over.
Mark Younger drew it straight onto that cabin, so if we move it over there, that carport's right there, you know what I mean? So we're not gonna have access to get out of that office unless she goes through the house.
To get to the carport.
Well, right now, there's
So
no,
that's the only access is through the house on the drawing you submitted.
Right,
So you still got to do that, so that's it's not valid.
Okay.
Unless is there something that you were gonna do different than these plans? Were you gonna?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because the only access is from the house into that office.
Yes.
It's not into that
Well, there's
wall.
gonna be a door on the backside. Is there a door drawn on the backside of that?
No, there's not.
Should have been, yeah.
Mark Younger should have put a door right there.
That's what
Because
I
that's
gave
the
Chris.
access to get out of that office.
No, it's not shown.
It's not shown?
No, it is
And this is
not.
just this one. Let's see.
No, he didn't draw it on there.
Yeah, this must be a different set of plans.
Sorry.
And so it's on this wall that you would put a door
No, the back wall, like on the left side.
here?
This is the house right here. This is the
Yep.
addition. The door would be right there
Okay.
Yes,
for access.
yes. To
I don't know
the
why Mark
outside.
didn't put it on there.
Yeah, the plans that you and I have it on there, but yeah, I'm not sure why.
Is there anything physical in nature that you couldn't do the door up here?
Yeah, the carport.
That doesn't show the carport interfering with the
Where's the
structure.
carport on here?
It doesn't.
That's,
It's right in between both cabins.
it's that with the box and the X, that's the carport.
Oh, I see.
See that?
Yep.
It's covered area. So moving that number 5 out of the setback, moving it to what would be the east, doesn't affect it, and cutting off number 4 at the setback doesn't affect it either. The only thing that might be affected is that little concrete walkway between 4 and 5. You might have to move that.
Or just not move the whole square footage, but shrink it a tiny bit.
Right.
You could you could shrink it, or if you had to have the 14 by 14, you slide it, or you just have less. But if my understanding was the 14 by 14 was the minimum you needed,
Yeah, I just did it, yeah,
Okay.
straight out. Mhm.
So,
It's
yeah.
because I have a larger like desk area and setup.
Other questions for the applicant or comments from the staff, commissioners?
yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd slide it, and I don't see that second door. You only got access through the house, so and I don't know why you wouldn't have the door on the side where you get out to the concrete walkway. But that's not what's in our
Well, there's
packet.
another door on the porch of the old cabin. There's already a door going into the current cabin that's there. And so you wouldn't put like another door right next to that.
Oh, I see what you're saying, with the house being here, there's a
Yeah,
door here.
Yeah, and so basically, if you slid everything over, you're going over into the porch area on the old cabin, and it's not, yeah, it makes it you can't get into the backyard that way, unless you go through the other cabin.
Other comments or questions from the commissioners?
I've got one comment is that, well, for me, just looking at this, is that you're not really encroaching into the setback any more than what you are. You just continue a straight line, and I don't think it's going to have any detriment on neighbors or the area, this and that, and the other things. And you're not establishing any new precedent because you're not exceeding further out. So that's already established. So for me, I see, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, my comment against that will be, I don't think the original variant should have been provided, but that was 20
Yeah,
years ago now.
Yeah, well, on the old cabin, the cabin was there before.
Probably before they had zoning, to be
Yeah,
honest with you,
exactly,
before
yeah.
variances, before any of this was a
Right.
thing,
Yeah,
knowing those
it's a
cabins.
legally
anymore.
non-conforming structure.
Yeah.
Because it existed before the ordinances went into
Right,
effect.
yeah.
Yeah, I just keep coming back, as I stated before for Mr. Johnson, the thing that we're supposed to focus in on was anything that's not self-imposed and that do not align generally to the other properties in the same zone district. And that's things like size, shape, topography. So anything that is not allowing you to use the property and it's creating an extraordinary hardship or unjustified limitation. So that's what that's what I keep coming back to for the variance in this particular case. But I would entertain a motion, unless there are other discussion points or comments or questions?
Give me a second. Okay. Based on the, hang on, nope, that's not it, there it is. Excuse me, based on the foregoing findings of facts per 54-69, 54-98, and 54-124 of the Village Code, I move to approve the variance request for case number PV-2026-11.
Thank you. I got a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Got a motion and second. Any discussion or other comments? Let's move to a roll call vote.
Commissioner Hall,
No.
Commissioner Rigsby,
Nay.
Commissioner Kelly,
No.
and Commissioner Eby.
Yes.
Motion does not carry. I kind of stated it before, we have to focus in on extraordinary hardship or unjustified use of your property. You're admittedly using it today, and there might be some tweaks to the plans to get it more conforming, where you don't necessarily need the variance, even though you had a previously existing non-conforming use. This is a brand-new focus that we look on, if you will. And it's a brand-new case, so we just look at the particular case in front of us. So I think that that's my reason. Any other reasons for the no, Bill? Or
Like I said, it's self-imposed, and there's not a hardship demonstrated.
Thank you for your time today, and I hope you get your office. As somebody that works from home, I understand how important it is. Thank you. All right, let's move to the next item, which I believe has been withdrawn, if I'm not mistaken. There was one in there, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Case PV 2026-12 was withdrawn by the applicant.
Okay.
Okay.
So then we'll move to the next one, which is PV 2026-13. What can you tell us about this one?
So this is for a variance, application for a variance to encroach into the front side and rear setbacks to allow for the construction of single-family dwellings on the multiple family, but single for each dwelling on property located at 1557, I think I got that wrong, 157 and 159, excuse me, hold on. Yeah, 157 and 159 of Meadows Drive. This is for Lot 1A and Lot 2A, Block 34A, Unit 1 of White Mountain Meadows. The subject lots are contiguous with one another and owned by the same applicant, from my understanding. All property owners within 200 feet of the request is shown on page 61. Their staff reported no responses to that. The property is zoned as R4 high-density residential. The characteristics of the property is an interior and corner lot with front and side building setbacks of 20 foot on front and side building setbacks on the front and back, the 20 foot, and then the side setbacks are 15 feet. So the applicant's letter of request stated that the applicant, due to the unique nature of the property, the setbacks create a unnecessary hardship. The map and images of that property or those properties start on page 59, and the architectural design of that dwelling is on page 58. The dwellings is consistent with the neighboring properties. It's part of a HOA. The HOA also has control of the land directly behind. It's an open space. So after, this would, based on the characteristics of the property and the setbacks, it would only allow, or it would limit development or property. On that property, there would only be like 100 square feet of buildable space. So, looking at that, it is quite small in nature, so I don't know. There's definitely something funky going on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Baldonado? we'll get you to state your name and say you'll tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
Chairman Rigsby and members of the commission, my name is Alonzo Baldonado. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you're looking to do.
So I think the packet was really well done, so it does explain everything really well, but I'll go over, the intention. There's a total of 5 lots together, 3 of which already have homes existing that I believe were built around 2007. The lots are all the exact same dimension, which is 40 by 50, which is 2,000 square feet. So to put that in perspective, you really need basically the entire lot to construct a dwelling that's, even livable. I mean, I believe it is about 100 square feet if you use all the setbacks that are in place that the ordinance states. And I'm not sure on the history of the 3 existing homes, if they had to do this same variance, but the neighborhood has a mix of properties. There's some 1 acres and bigger lots. And then there's quite a few of these little R4 lots sort of sprinkled throughout the neighborhood. And some of which have structures, but we only focused on the 5 that, the 2 lots that we have, and then the 3 next to us there. The dwelling at 155 Meadows is not encroaching, not all the way to the setback. It's about 6 feet off. If you're standing in front of it, it would be the lot line on the right of it that adjoins the 1 lot that we're going to adjoin to. So those structures would not connect. It would just be the 2 that we're proposing to build. And then beyond that, there's no more lots. There is another set of lots a few hundred feet away, but they're not going to be contiguous to these 5. So the request is just to basically consume the whole lot with the structure. There's a little bit of space to the front and to the rear, but the 2 sides, we would like to go to the lot line to just accommodate about a 1,600 square foot floor plan. And that's basically what's before you. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Yeah. Before we get commissioners' questions, we'll open it up to public comment, and then we'll transition to commissioners' questions. So at this time, if there's anybody that would like to speak for or against this item or have questions for the applicant, now would be the time. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close public comment and transition to commissioner questions for the applicant or for staff. I have one. It was highlighted townhome cluster. Amy, when I think about cluster, I think about the full development, not just the individual townhomes. So is that the correct way to look at it? It's for the full cluster?
Yeah, yes. I mean, I think it has a HOA established, correct?
Correct. Yes.
So even though these are essentially duplex, because it's only, the 2 units will be attached, right, but not attached to the other units beside of it. So I think the cluster refers to all of them within that HOA is what I'm.
Yeah, so the 2 that he's developing, and so then it would be, the side yard in this particular case wouldn't necessarily apply setback, because he's doing it
Yeah,
as
that's a
one
good,
lot.
for the, yeah, that's good.
And Mr. Chairman, 151 and 153 are attached like we're going to be. The one in the middle is separate on both sides, if that matters to you.
Okay. The drive, is that owned by the White Mountain Meadows HOA, or is that maintained by your development?
Mr. Chairman, we understand that was put in by the builder that did the first 3. It really feels like the intention was to do 5 total, but for whatever reason, those other 2 were never built. But my understanding is that it's maintained by because it's a gated neighborhood, the roads are maintained by the HOA, which they're doing some pavement work in there now, but I don't believe they're going to touch that little driveway, which doesn't get a lot of traffic either way, Mr. Chairman.
But it's not a public road?
No, Mr. Chairman, it's not. It's not named or identified. The addresses are all on Meadows Drive, which is the main drive through there.
Is that big open space, is that part of the HOA open space, or is that part of the former golf course?
Mr. Chairman and Commissioner Hall, the open space to the rear of the property, it is identified as owned by the HOA. There's no improvements, no park type anything.
So it wasn't
going-
part of the old Cream Meadows Golf
This is
Course?
in White Mountain Meadows.
White Mountain Meadows.
White-
Oh, okay, never mind,
Yeah,
I've
it
got
is-
Meadows confused.
It does
That's
have
my
like
confusion.
a coyote fence kind of deal around that area, but it feels like it's part of,
Okay.
the
Sorry,
backyard, if you will.
I'm just confused on Meadows.
No, understandably so.
I guess my only other question is looking at, is the architectural style gonna be similar to the three houses that are there, or how are you, are you somebody gonna look at it and go, oh, shit, why did they build those?
Mr. Chairman, the rendering didn't get into the packet. If I
Okay.
can hand that to you, you'll see. And I do only have one copy, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll pass it.
But the intention is to use the same stucco color and the same roof scheme so that they feel as a community.
Okay.
And I believe White Mountain Meadows also has an active architectural committee,
Do they, so they would have to go through that as well?
as far as I know.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Kelly, I believe you're absolutely correct. We'd have to get their approval first, too.
So I'm assuming with these lots so small and them, they were zoned R4, is that right?
Yes.
I'm assuming something like this was the original intent of the developer, correct? I
Mr.
mean-
Chairman and Commissioner Kelly, that's basically what we've discovered is that the intention was to have a higher density, smaller property so that folks could build a small house and not have so much yard to take care of in this thing and maybe second home type structures and things of that nature. So, I mean, clearly there's several other lots. I don't know that everybody's going to have to come, before your commission to see about, doing the same thing. It kind of puzzled me that they were subdivided this way and then there's not some sort of ordinance or something in place for those lots, but nevertheless, we're here before your commission to do it the right way.
Does the HOA have any say in this?
Mr. Chairman and Commissioner Kelly, other than the approving the architectural scheme, I don't believe they have any other say other than, of course, we pay our dues that go to the community already. And we haven't had a lot of conversations with them because we wanted to see, make sure we had the approval of the village first.
Thank you.
Mr. Baldonado, the distance from 153 to your proposed structure is going to be 6 feet, 4 feet?
155, Mr. Chairman, the one that's directly next, it's
Sorry.
6 feet. We were with the surveyor last week out there,
Okay,
and it was about an inch shy of 6 feet
okay.
existing. And it's cornered and staked now if you needed to get out there and look at it after our surveyor made his visit, Mr. Chairman. Our biggest dilemma is those 3 big trees that are gorgeous. We're going to have to cut them down.
Yeah. Comments from staff?
Yeah, I'm just, looking at it, and I think you might agree, Nate. Looking at it because of the way with the property behind the open space and the consistency with all the units, to me, the question, I think, or a good question, I don't think staff could find this recorded anywhere, and I'm wondering if maybe it just wasn't recorded right, but to me, it appears as a planned unit development. And possibly maybe not recorded, especially with the HOA. I think as a developer, it would make sense as a planned unit development rather. So I don't know if that's something, just something that one of the first things that stood out to me.
Yeah. And right now, the setbacks, if my understanding is correct, and Mr. Baldonado, you could probably, the setback is to essentially a non-zoned space, or that's just, the space between these units and White Mountain Drive is just kind of no man's land. It's not necessarily owned by HOA, right?
Correct. And yes. And and it's not, there's no, the way that it's platted is just,
Mr. Chairman, the front of the lot is about 22 to 25 feet from Meadows Drive. Yeah, so there is that setback, and, the build would line up with the existing properties so that, they're all in a line.
Yeah, I think the challenge you'll probably have is with the HOA. I mean, for us, it seems pretty clear to me that you know, the intent is there to build out all those lots. They just didn't go 3 out of 5 instead of 5 out of 5. And whether the HOA likes your design or not, that's not for us to.
Mr. Chairman, we may have to adjust that if necessary. And just to note, there's city utilities, sewer and water and underground power already, in the neighborhood.
If you do a duplex on 2 separate lots, do they need to be replatted as one lot?
That might be a question for staff. I don't know if I could answer that one.
Yeah, typically that would be the case you would apply for, essentially a replat as one lot. But
This is a townhome technically with
Right.
R4, right? So I think it would be a different, this is a question, not a statement.
Do we know how the other lots are platted?
Mr. Chairman and Commissioner Hall,
I think, go ahead.
the 3 existing structures are individually owned by
Platted.
separate folks, yeah.
Yeah.
There would be the requirement for building code would be a firewall between the 2 dwellings, and they are 2 separate 2-bedroom, 2-bath homes is what they exist as, they just share that common wall.
To me, what stood out also is I own office space right on Meacham, and it's a similar setup where it's all connected, but we own our own individual units. And I know, like, when I bought the property, and all your thousands of pages you get when you do that, it's platted the same way as we each individually, even though there's an adjoining line. So again, that kind of stood out to me as well.
Kind of what it shows in the plat is the 2 separate, that's how it would be titled as well, so.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And so I don't think it's technically a duplex, even though there are 2 units that are
Right.
connected, but. I don't know, townhomes versus duplex are very weird in terms of everything, financing, et cetera. Any other findings from staff that we should be aware of, or any other questions for the applicant?
I don't have anything else. Ready?
I'd entertain a motion if there is one.
Based upon the foregoing findings of fact per 54-69, 54-98, and 54-124 of the Village Code, I move to approve the variance request for case number PV-2026-13.
Got a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Got a motion and second, any discussion, comments? Let's move to roll call vote.
Commissioner Hall,
Yes?
Commissioner Rigsby,
Aye,
Commissioner Kelly,
Aye.
and Commissioner Eby.
Aye.
motion carries. You have your variance. And I think I'll just state, probably don't need to give justification for a yes vote, but the hardship for this particular lot, in my opinion, is that our setbacks don't allow for building anything on that. It would be very, very small if you looked at individual plats. And then there's all the other stuff that we discussed about townhome clusters and use of property.
And
So,
you got the precedence on the adjoining lots already there, so it doesn't, like I said, good luck with the HOA.
good luck, thank you so much.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's move to our final item for quasi judicial hearing. I appreciate everybody sticking around. This is conditional use approval, CU 2026-08. Amy, what do we have going for this one? And is it just you, or is there more that are going to speak? Okay, you're going to be the prime? Okay, we're going to swear you in, and if the rest of the folks want to be public comment, that's when we'll take it. So we'll have you come in, state your name, say you'll tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
My name is Sheila Long, and I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Mrs. Long? Sir, we'll get you sworn in too if you're going to be speaking on.
My name is Johnny Long, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Thank
So
you,
help me
Mr.
God.
Thank you. Amy, what do we have for this one?
So yes, as you stated, this is for a conditional use permit to allow, and this is to allow for a mobile vending unit on property zoned C2 commercial, which is a commercial district. The property is located at 707 Meacham Drive, Lot 5A of the CA Eland Tract subdivision in Rito. So So this is, as stated, it's for a mobile food truck located behind the Calvary Church over by Albertsons and ENMU. Notification was given to property within 200 feet. From my understanding, staff has reported that there was one inquiry that was by ENMU. They were just curious as to what the development was. They weren't for or against. There was, so, yeah, they were just inquiring. Calvary Church has agreed to allow the applicant use of their public restrooms for washing hands and restroom for that use. This is for a barbecue and brisket, ribs, etc. This will be a smokeless system, and I think that's about what I have.
Okay, thank you. Why don't you tell us in your own words what you're looking to do?
We're looking to get conditional use so that we can park basically behind Calvary Church. We have permission from the church, and we actually just received permission from Albertsons and ENMU that it wouldn't be a problem where we park. We've actually discussed with the church as well to have it hardwired if necessary with the city. And currently we use a generator for power. The bathroom usage and so forth is mainly for access for us, but if somebody needed to use it, I can basically walk them into the church. I have access to the church whenever we're parked there, but we'll only be parked there for takeout use, not for like sitting purposes or anything like that. The church itself will not be used for anything other than if somebody needed to use the restroom. And then I have my representatives from the church with me.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we'll give them a chance for public comment. Anything else to add before we transition to that?
I can't think of anything.
This food trailer won't be like all the other food trailers, where this food trailer, when the disaster hits Rio Doso, this one will come out and start cooking to feed people for nothing till Salvation Army gets here. So it will be used through the church for that reason.
For other donations type stuff.
That was very kind of you. Thank you for that. At this time, we'll open it up. So other folks, if you want to speak for or against this item, we'll open it up for public comment. We'll actually just have you two pivot over here, and then we'll have them. If folks want to come up and speak for or against this item, now would be the time.
My name is John Bowers, and I work at the church. I promise to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Thank you.
He mentioned about electricity and running a generator. We actually have a covered area back there within a couple feet of where his trailer would be, and there's already electricity there, so it's not really a issue that we have to run new electric or anything like that. We also have been working with the college and Albertsons to do the community meals every fifth Monday. And we've all had verbal agreements for years to do the outreaches and various events that are co-sponsored by all of the businesses there, and has never been a problem. However, since this took place, we did approach them about getting written permission, which we have about parking and as well. So we don't have the formal document yet, but they have sent an email if you wanted to see that regarding the parking and issues with that. So the city had made some phone calls to me last week, kind of bombarded me about our parking and occupancy. And just for y'all's information, on average, we have between 80 and 120 people at our church. Doesn't affect what they're doing, but our parking spaces total, I wrote it down here, hold on. We have, let's see here, 43 spaces and an additional 4 handicap spots, which technically that equates to about 188 seats if you go by your codes. We always have, like I said, between 80 and 120 people, even at Easter and Christmas, which is our biggest day. So we're not even hitting that max. And the seats inside, we only have capacity. Our drawings that were submitted 10 years ago used 200 seats, but the chairs we bought are larger, so we only have 158 seats capacity. So we're still way under capacity.
Thank you. Okay. Anything else for your statement?
All for me.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it. We'll now hear from anybody else that might want to state. Okay. Seeing no more public comment, we'll go ahead and close public comments and transition to commissioner questions. What questions do you all have for the applicants for this conditional use?
What did you say your operating hours were gonna be?
7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
7 days a week? Or?
No, Wednesday through Thursday. I'm sorry, Wednesday through Saturday.
Got it.
And the church is open 7 to 7, Wednesday through Saturday?
They aren't, but I have access to it 24/7.
Okay. So, but the church does operate those
Yes, they're open
hours?
during the daytime hours.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was my question, because I thought that with the mobile, that if you're invited on to be on somebody's lot, that you can't operate unless that place is open.
And they've in the letter that they wrote, that I would have access to the building, for any amount of time that we're open.
Does that constitute being open?
I think per the code, the church needs to be operating, which, I mean, the church can operate 24/7 in some
For
regards.
my pastor, he's literally 24/7 anyway. I think that's all pastors, but literally at the facility, I'm one of the members of the staff. So as long as somebody physically is there,
So you being open would constitute the church being open?
technically, yes. I help with the books for the church themselves, so that's why I'm on the staff for them.
And you said you're just takeout only? Is it
Yes, sir.
basically just like drive-through, pick it up, go? Or
Yeah, not drive-through, they walk up, they pick it up, and then they leave, so they're only there for maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, so it's not like a sit-down
No, sir.
area or anything
No.
like that? Okay, then explain smokeless barbecue, that's what they said.
It's a pellet smoker.
Oh,
It's
okay.
been converted to a pellet smoker
Okay, I was wondering how you do.
for
that.
fire restrictions in Ruidoso. So for the fire restrictions, that's why we actually converted it to pellet. So there is actually some smoke to it, just from the pellets, but it's not like having actual firewood in there.
So it would comply if they go to
Yes, sir, it does comply.
level 1 or level 2
Or
or
level
both?
2, yes. We're right now on level 1, but we were working as level 2, and that's how we set up, was with the, what's the fire marshal's name?
Okay.
With Austin, yeah, he was the one who, basically told us what we needed to do as far as the smoker was concerned. And it's already been inspected and approved.
Okay.
Based off of this site drawing, you're gonna be, this is the church, right?
Yes.
You're gonna be parked perpendicular to the covered area. Does that block traffic through here?
No, not really. We were suggesting a secondary, proposition as well for a proposed site on the back side of the property, where we were right up against the curb. It's not on that one,
5
but
feet
we
off
were
the
looking
curb.
at it a little bit more for driving purposes, to back it up, this is a curb right here, and then just lining it up with the curb, and then they could park here, here, or up along here where there's an access over here.
Okay.
So it could be on either side of that, it's
So-
more,
The condition that we give you is for the location that we have in the
Oh.
packet.
okay, because I gave him both, but I guess he didn't put that.
Yeah, we just got the
Okay,
one
but that-
perpendicular.
Yeah, that's fine right there. There's a curb structure with a tree right here, and we would be 5 feet away from the, I'm sorry, is it?
It'd be right here, right? So not where this red
No, on the,
trailer is.
on the other, hold on, I can't see. Where's, is that a building on that side, or is that the?
This
curb?
is the
Yes, so that
church.
would be right there where that tree is at.
Okay.
Five-
And it would block from people going this direction, driving, because there's the curb.
There's no access on that side anyways, it's
Okay.
blocked. The only way in is from over here. There's no access right here. So any of that part right there would be just strictly parking anyways. So when you're driving in here, you can drive here, and then there's an access over here. There's nothing right here except a curb and, like
Right here,
rocks and
Jacob.
shrubs.
I see.
Yeah, so you can't drive
That
over
one.
there anyway, that would strictly be parking. So where that curb is at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Concern is, the concern we always have for these mobile units is, are you eliminating the necessary parking for the unit or for the property? And so it won't be in a parking lot. And then the other one is access by fire to get to the building. But your proposed location is not, there's still, it's not on this yellow here.
No, it is not.
Okay.
One of the other recommendations from the staff was the use of generators or external power sources are prohibited. And I know they stated in the location that's shown in our packet, do you have, if I understand the other testimony, is they've got hardwire power you can plug into?
They do.
Because you are aware of that, they.
Yes, so
prohibited
that
the generator.
structure that's there used to be part of the ATM.
Okay,
And
so you
there's
got
still power there, yes.
So if the other example you just showed Jacob, do you get power to that as well too? Or how do you get power to that, or?
It would just be a longer cord that I would have to plug. It would still be, like plugging into my house, like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, and you're okay with the conditions the staff put on the recommendation for approval? You've seen those, all 6 of them?
They're in your packet
They're in
on
your
page
packet,
91.
Page 91.
Yes, sir. Yes, we would follow.
Okay. That's why, just want to make sure.
What is your waste disposal plan? One of the conditions is that you submit it to us and that we look at it.
Oh, I have that in what I submitted to the Mexico Environmental Department. We would be going to mountain camping site for the waste.
Do you have that there?
It's, you know what, it's in an email, I don't think I wrote it down in here. I was going to use Ruidoso Septic, but, they were difficult to get a hold of, so I got a hold of, another RV site for dumping purposes, and filling water, we use fresh water from our home
Okay.
for filling. We don't use that water, other than washing hands. We use bottled water that we get, when we make any type of coffee or anything like that, I use bottled water.
Okay. And I don't know if there are dumpsters on the property.
There's a whole line of dumpsters, literally, right behind that curb where the trailer's at, that red
Okay,
one.
yeah.
There's about 6 of them.
Okay. And you'll be using those, and that's all good from the church?
Yes, we can use those.
Okay. Okay. All right. I think those are the questions that I had.
I don't have any more.
I guess the only thing, I mean, do we put a time limit on the conditional use? Do we state the hours of operations in the conditional use, or how do you want to approach that, Mr. Chairman?
We can state the hours for the conditional use. I mean, it says hours of operation for the mobile vending unit shall be established and approved by the planning commission as part of the conditional use permit.
So that's 7 to 7, Wednesday through
to
Saturday?
Yes, ma'am.
And then there's times like this weekend, we're headed to Old Lincoln Days. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll be stationed out there. We will be hitting different events and stuff.
Yeah, during the summertime, we'll have some other events, but during the wintertime, I don't think we'll be in one place.
I think the issue is more if they're open beyond these
Oh,
hours.
yeah, no, we
This
won't.
is the,
12 hours
My-
is plenty.
My plan is to cook so much meat for the day, and if I sell out by 4 o'clock,
That's it.
it's time to go home.
It's a good business model.
so, when we do the motion, just include that.
Include the, okay. Okay. I don't have any other.
I don't either. I'd entertain a motion if somebody wants to make it.
Based on the foregoing findings of fact per 54-70, 54-84, 54-85, 54-97, and 54-125 of the Village Code, I am moved to approve the requested conditional use permit for case number CU-202608 with the following conditions recommended by staff shown on page 91, with the hours of operations stated to be Wednesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Let's move to a roll call vote, seeing none.
Commissioner Hall,
Yes?
Commissioner Bixby,
Aye.
Commissioner Kelly,
Aye.
and Commissioner Eby.
Conditional use carries. Congrats. Good luck, you two. Have fun.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming in and sticking with us.
Appreciate it.
When we get set up, you guys come have some good barbecue.
Will do. All right, let's move to the final item that we have, or I guess we don't have any more quasi judicial. Let's move to our next item, new business. Discussion and possible recommendation to amend Table 54.69.6A, MU District Dimensional Standards found on page 42 and page 43 of Rudoso Chapter 54, Land Use and Zoning Regulations adopted January 14th, 2025. Amy, if you're okay, I'll take a stab at this, summarizing that. So this, if you all remember, we talked at length about removing the variable, the 25% one. Through that, we discussed, we want to create a consistent setback for M1 with R1, which was 15 feet.
Yeah.
So the long and the short is, we need to make a determination if we want to recommend to council changing this front setback from 20 feet for M1 to 15. Is that this?
Yeah.
Did I summarize that appropriately?
Yes, and I'll let Chris's staff over there expand if they need to.
Okay.
The only thing I can think of mentioning is we did reach out to the fire department and they didn't have any input on it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I recommend it being just consistent because I know it's M1, it's a little higher density than an R1 lot, but it's the same thing, they're residential. And why not just keep all your residential setbacks the same, you know? And a lot of those lots in M1 are a little smaller, so another 5 feet could make a big difference on a lot of those lots.
Yeah.
That would be my recommendation.
Agreed.
So,
So is there a motion then? Do we need more discussion? I mean, we kind of discussed it at length last time, and this is, I would entertain a motion to recommend to council to, we don't have one in the packet, I don't think, but.
No, I make a motion to recommend the council to amend the language for other applicable standards for the front setback minimum from 20 to 15 feet found in section 54-69 F3 shown in table 54.69-6A M1 district dimensional standards, front setback minimum going from 20 feet to 15 feet.
I got a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion, second. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and move to a roll call vote.
Commissioner Hall,
Yes.
Commissioner Raisby,
Aye.
Commissioner Kelly,
Aye.
and Commissioner Eby.
Aye.
Motion carries. And that is our new business. So now we're moving to community development report. Amy, staff, anything to report that Chris wanted to share with us? Or that you want to share with us?
Good afternoon, councilors. So for our community development report, in regards to code enforcement, we have a new code enforcement officer named Officer Desmond Warren, and he'll be starting this following Monday on August 10th. We're also in the middle of, or currently in conversation with Datamark in regards to our 911 readdressing project, and it's basically potentially to re-resurrect this project, and discussions are currently ongoing about our overall prioritization and also our overall timeline, and our projected start date for this project is December 2026. And then I'll be moving it on to Crisanti for the short-term rental information.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
So, Mr. Hall over here was amazing, and he helped me come up with statistics that are easier to understand than what my program is currently providing me. And just an update on that, they are working on a different set of KPIs that will give me, like, I could literally print out the grid and it will say everything that I'm about to say. So really want that information to be available soon. So total right now, we have 806 out of the 1,400 that I've been maintaining. 806 of them are 100% complete and current and compliant with the short-term rental compliance ordinance. And 781 of them are in the process of getting everything that they need, their payments and everything, their lodger's tax, everything. The verification by Deckard, when they go through checking all of, like scrubbing all of the data from all the different sites, there's 924 verified and 176 that are, they're still scrubbing because it's insufficient data in order for them to start sending letters. For the outreach program, which are the letters that I approve for them to send out, so that way they can get people to become compliant because they have found live listings. For June, I sent out 154, and for July, I sent out 35. So the number's already starting to go down. Brian and I are currently working on going through all of those and helping those people that already started the process but are missing something. We're helping them to get everything that they need. And the ones that haven't started the process, because I'm a nice person, I call them and say, how can I help you help me? And then complaints received. For June, we got 9 complaints, all resolved. And for July, we got 11 complaints, all resolved. And year-to-date, we still have 0 strikes.
Which if you remember all of that, the whole purpose of everything we did was to get things resolved. The prior process was a convoluted legal procedural process that just resulted in lots of pissed off people.
Yep. Thank you. It's an encouraging update.
Thank you, Christie.
Anything else from Development Office?
That's good. Turn it off. The Last thing on a report is that the Lincoln County MOO, so the, this is a new word for me for today. The memorandum of understanding with the Lincoln County to allow for the Village of Ruidoso to permit and inspect residential and commercial construction expired on July 29th, 2026, and was not renewed by Lincoln County. To my understanding from what this is stating is when we usually do different types of residential or commercial permitting within the village, we would also include out of locations like Capitan, Alto, and so forth. Currently with this understanding between the county and us, because that was not renewed, the village cannot approve any or take any more permits that are outside within the village limits. Any other like information imposed to this, we're also deferring to Heath to answer follow-up questions.
Yeah. I think I have like 4 questions for Heath. Can you text him real quick to see if he can come? Okay.
So Heath is currently in a meeting. He's going to try to make it, but I told him that I would gather all the questions that you guys have, and then we could either send something out or go over it in the next meeting, or however, I'm not sure exactly how it has to go for questions that you have about our MOU. If we have to wait till the next meeting, or if we have to have a special meeting, or if we can just give you the answers to the questions. But I did tell him that I would gather all of those questions in the meantime, so that way we can get those answers to you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, is this the best time, or do you want to wait till, yeah, let's just do it now.
Okay.
So then is all residential construction in Alto stopped?
No, it has not stopped. They go over to the sub annex right here, 2 doors down, and they start the process there with Stephanie.
So
And then they
the
go to the
county-
state for,
The net difference is that the county wants to manage their own building permits and their own inspectors.
no,
the
they
state.
go to the state for inspections.
Okay.
So basically the same thing that they were doing for us, for the county to be able to build, they're still doing, but those people turn their plans and their applications, everything into the state.
But that also limits, we don't get the permitting fees for any new construction.
Correct.
So I guess there's a question on staffing, how that impacts that, but that might be an aside. Okay, that's the only question I had on the memorandum of understanding. Any other questions for you all?
Well, I thought, that the last meeting, we discussed one portion, and I don't remember exactly what section, 50-something, that we were going to recommend eliminating the percentage in the setbacks. That way, if you just, because I had several different, not to exceed 25%, not
Yeah,
to
yeah.
exceed this percent, and just to eliminate that way if they came to the P and Z, you don't have percentages, you either say yea or nay.
Yeah, I thought we passed that language and recommended that language.
But I believe that Chris Camacho said that that wasn't out on the agenda, so that we couldn't actually.
No, those two were, I think it was just the 15 feet that wasn't on the
Okay, so
agenda.
there's that one.
Yeah, so the things that we eliminated last time were that variable 25%.
Okay, so that did, so this didn't. This-
Yeah. Because, I mean, in theory, the one that we had today would fall under that non-conforming 25% addition if we included it or whatever.
Okay, that's all. Then I stand corrected.
Okay.
Okay, Joe.
Other questions that we always have for staff? 603 Meacham, what's the status on that?
2 weeks.
To my knowledge, I want to say, we just had a meeting for the Workforce Housing Board, and there were concerns about the water drainage and some of the underneath the foundation on the settling. So Levi and one of the contracting companies is working on getting samples to see how we can mitigate that. And also possible French drains, and they are doing some sort of water deterrence from what comes off the roofs with the gutters, actually having it go out further so that it's not so close to the house in a couple of the houses. So nobody's moving into those houses until that's fixed because of the construction that could potentially have to be done, not to disturb or keep other people from being able to get in and out of properties leased. So nothing is being leased at this time.
Yeah, they have got the gutters up for the.
And I saw that they were like surveying to pour or something the other day. Okay. Is there any update on the buyback program?
No,
No update on that.
I don't have any information on the buyback program. I
Can we
can
ask
get
Heath?
information on the buyback program from Heath from you.
That'd be great.
I've heard that there's been an offer.
Been one offer according.
Offers are
I
getting
heard
in.
that in council.
On Fern Trail.
So it might be starting soon. The other two items that were brought up in public comment, can we get, one, all these questions resolved for,
Yes, I have them, so that way they can make it on next month's agenda.
and two, can we get verification of construction permits, zoning for 412?
For 408, 412, or 408, whichever one it was. I think he
Yeah.
was at 408, and 412 is the neighboring property that he's concerned about.
Correct, and I don't know if this is a leftover from when we had the potential hearing on the property on Texas Street for back country, or if this is a different one altogether.
I think it is related,
Yeah,
from what I understand.
yeah, that's what I would think too.
Yeah, it just depends on what the zoning is on that lot. I don't know the zoning on it. That's what we'd need to check. And I know.
That man said it was zone commercial.
If it's zoned commercial,
But is it C4 or C3?
that I don't know.
C2, those are all
Yeah.
yeah, so if we can just get follow-up to have that looked at, that would be great.
And I think they're supposed to follow up with 100 no gal at the council meeting. They said that this morning. That was on Heat's to-do list
Okay.
for an update on that. As part of the clean and lean and all that and one other property. I know that was at least mentioned this morning.
They ought to turn that no gal into a miniseries.
Well, you could.
I apologize, I'm getting bombarded about tire questions from my wife, because she's currently buying tires, so. It's not an emergency, but at the same time it is, so I apologize. Other questions for the community development folks?
No.
Any other commissioner comments? We'll move to those.
Grass grows real quick when it rains.
So do weeds.
So do weeds, and that's the only thing I have. A little bit of wildflowers, whole bunch of weeds. I guess that is a question for staff. All these lots that are now vacant because of the fire, the property owner is still obligated to maintain, cut, and clear those, right?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, okay. Because there's a whole bunch of them that have a bunch of thistles. Okay, if there's nothing else,
Make a motion to adjourn?
got a motion to adjourn,
Second.
got a motion second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, we are adjourned. Thank you all.